It's Friday. The end of the 8 week cycle's vastly approaching. Actually, it ends on Sunday. So a lot of people are going to be wondering what's going to happen after this 8 weeks to anything program is done. Well, I'm going to start the next cycle. And from what I've learned, what I've garnered, from what I've gained through this experience of this past 8 weeks, I know the next 8 weeks are going to be even more unbelievable with more transformation than the last 8 weeks. And that's why I love it. And that's why I love being with all of you, sharing my story, sharing my journey, sharing my transformation. And it all starts with the greatness that comes from the first sip. So today's all going to be about the hokey pokey, because that's what life is all about. And so many times we put our left foot in and then we say, test the waters, and we take it out. And we put it in again and we shake it about, and then we change course, alter course. We don't push through. We don't continue through. And I'm as guilty as that as everyone else. I have been making decisions, I've noticed, even in these past 8 weeks, where I've been giving away my power. I've been acting through shame, guilt, trying not to create any hard feelings amongst other people. I have held back what I truly believe. I've made choices in my life that don't align with my higher self and inspiring everyone to create their anything, and instead holding back because I didn't want to create a sense of discomfort amongst the people that were closest to me. And I realized I can no longer do that. I can no longer bite my tongue. I can no longer just do half measures. I have to put my whole self in, not take my whole self out, leave my whole self in, shake it all about, turn around, and just live life to its fullest, creating more and more change, creating more and more transformation, creating more and more possibilities. And in so doing, inspire each one of you that's listening to me, faithful listeners, that yes, you can achieve that in your own life. And I've done it. I've learned how to walk again. I've taken myself from morbidly obese into physically fit. With no plantar in my left foot, I can walk 5, 10, 15 miles, doesn't matter. I can do it. I know I can do it. I know each one of you can do it. And it just starts by deciding, what do I want to do? Who do I want to become? What change do I want to instill in the world? And can I be the change in the world that I want to embrace? Can I manifest the reality around me that I want to embrace? And I can, and you can. And that power is inside. It's within each of us. It's inside. It's there for the grasping, as long as we figure out what it is that's going to keep us going each and every day. And once you chuck away the shame, the guilt, the fear, the judgment, and live life on your own terms, and not bowing down, not giving your power away, worrying about what other people are going to think, worrying about what other people are going to say, but making those choices that align with you and living with them, going through it, pushing through it. You can always change course. You can always realize, like, hey, this isn't the version of me that I want to create. And you can change course. That's okay. But you have to push. You have to move. You have to do something. You have to know what's going to drive you forward. And I know what's going to drive me forward. And that's why I'm speaking for 5 minutes or 5 hours each and every day. I didn't speak yesterday because life threw me curveballs, and I decided I did not want to step on anybody's toes. But I realized this morning, just before I put the message today, that I need to step on toes. I need to push through. I need to not worry about what other people think, or if other people are going to be offended by my actions, my words, my choices, my beliefs, my behaviors. And I have to be true to myself, true to my goals. And the choices that I'm going to make going forward in this next set of 8 weeks are going to be different than the ones that I made this time. I'm going to double down. I'm going to show you what's possible, when you set aside all shame, guilt, judgment, resentment, and live to your higher self. Because I know that happiness comes within. It's nothing external that you need to make yourself happy. It's within you. Everything is within you. And once you start thinking that you need something external to start, you're fucked. And I can't say it in any other way, shape, or form. You're going to give away your power. You're going to make choices that don't align with your higher self. And you're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck in the quagmire that won't allow you to push forward. And you're going to start blaming other people for your lot in life. You're going to start blaming situations. You're going to start blaming external, where it all comes down to 100% self-responsibility, because each of us has made every choice in our lives that affected our reality. And that's it. There's no bones about it. The choices that you make create your reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and actions create your personality. That shapes your personal reality. And if you start worrying about external shit, you're fucked. You're not taking responsibility. Going forward, am going to take full responsibility for all of my actions, for all of my choices. I'm going to claim my power. I'm going to be the change in the world that I want to embrace. And I'm going to embrace that change, and I'm going to be that change. And I'm going to do that by taking and continuing to take that committed, consistent, imperfect, inspired action. And I'm going to go from cringe to comfortable to confident to compelling on camera. And you can see it. You can see it in my energy. You can feel it in the vibrations in my body. And I'm going to know those words. And I'm going to learn new words to describe the feeling that's going inside my body right now, to describe the changes that are taking place each and every day. And I'm going to do more and more. I'm going to exercise harder, even though it's not through the exercise that my body's transforming or my life's transforming. It's through my beliefs of what is possible. I don't have to do anything. I get to do whatever I choose to do each and every day. If I decide to walk 5 miles, I walk 5 miles. If I decide to walk 10 miles, I walk 10 miles. If I decide to walk 0 miles, I get to choose to walk 0 miles. And I can't blame anybody for those choices except myself. And if I'm going to continue to transform, to continue to shape my reality, I have to continue to make choices that are going to reflect that reality that I want to embrace. I have to be the butterfly flapping its wings, creating a ripple effect, and changing the future. I have to accept each choice that I've made along the way that set me to this point here and now. I can't blame other people for how they've responded to me, because they've responded to me based upon my beliefs, actions, and behaviors. And I can't judge them for their choices because they've made choices that are for their timeline. I'm on a different timeline than every single other person on this planet. And every shared experience is fantastic, but it's individualized from the way that we experience it. The way I look at a set of facts and the way you look at a set of facts could be two completely different things where we each grasp our own truth. Well, my truth is I can create my life. I can create my universe. And I'm going to show you guys going forward how to do that. And how are you going to do that? I'm going to do that by doing it, because I can create greatness. You can create greatness. You can be that change. And you become that change when you decide what it is that you want to change. And you have to accept the fact that the reason that you want that change is because of choices that you've made and the interactions that you've had with everybody all throughout your life. And I can't be worried about the fact that, yes, life hasn't unfolded always the way that I wanted it to up until now. However, going forward, I know that everything happened for a reason. It happened for me, not to me. And I can create greatness. I can change the way that people react to me, respond to me by creating and making different choices, behaving in different ways. And the people that are in my life are going to change, and that's okay. what I need to do, what I have to do, what I'm on this earth for is to inspire other people to claim their own greatness, to claim their own power. And the only way that I can do that is by claiming that power myself. And it's not just going to be speaking for 5 minutes. It's going to be speaking for 15 minutes, half an hour, 5 hours. And the more I speak, the better I become at speaking, the more compelling my message will become. And each and every day, I'm going to embrace that, speaking longer, honing my craft in the editing side of things. But like I say, whether one person watches or a million people watch, it doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm improving myself each and every day. I'm going to continue walking 5 miles, even though the snow's coming. Winter is coming. Beware of the White Walkers. You know what I mean. But none of us are muggles. And it's magic. And the magic starts when you grasp your own power, when you realize that you can be the change, that nobody is to blame for your lot in life except yourself. And once you take root on that, don't beat yourself up about it because you are here and now. You're hearing these words. You're hearing what I'm saying. You're watching me transform my life. And as I transform my life, you can say, hey, this guy's onto something. I can transform my life too. And I don't have to manipulate anybody else for their time, energy, because I know that the universe is going to provide me with the resources to do what I'm on this earth to do. And that's transcend who I was. That's to break generational patterns. That's to go beyond and evolve beyond where my parents were, what they instilled me with. Those were building blocks to create a reality that's even better. And for myself, I instilled my son with a certain set of values, and he has to take those along with the values that his mother installed, what society installs, and he's got to transcend those. He has to make his own choices. And I can support his choices, but I can't deny his choices or tell them that they're bad choices because they're his choices. They're as individualized to him as my choices are to me. And I can't berate somebody else for the decisions that they make. And nobody can berate me for the decisions that I make. And as long as I stay true to the change that I want to create, better things are going to happen in my life. More money is going to fly into my accounts. More people are going to watch and take notice of what I'm saying. I'm going to become even more physically fit, more mentally astute, more confident, more compelling. And I'm going to do that by doubling down, by doing more, by speaking more, by not giving away my power. I'm going to be putting my whole self in and shaking myself about. And I hope you love the hokey pokey that I'm going to be doing from here on in because it's going to be different. You're going to see a different version of Cam because today I woke up realizing that I needed to claim my power. And I'm making choices today. I'm making choices tomorrow, and I'm going to evolve. And those new choices that I'm making today are going to be different than the ones that I made yesterday. They're going to be different than the ones that I made the day before because as I focus my thoughts and energy on the possibilities of everything that the universe has to offer, that's when I'm going to be able to develop telekinetic powers. That's when I'm going to be able to sprout wings on my back and fly around the stage like a bird. I know that it's possible. I know that if it can be thought and then envisioned, it can be created. And anything can be created. And there are no laws of physics because we live in a universe that's entirely comprised of energy. And once you learn to transform that energy through your thoughts, through that symbiotic relationship with your body and your soul and your mind, that conduit that is your mind is not doomed to the subconscious programming that we had as children. You can change all that by putting different emotions and different choices. You can revise the choices that you made in the past. And when you think about an action, revise those choices, revise the emotions that you put on those traumatic events. And you can then move forward making different choices. But as long as you keep blaming other people instead of accepting the fact that, yeah, I did that, I fucked up, that's the magic. That's what you need to do. And I believe in each one of you. I know that you can be that choice. It's sort of like I believe that Mike Tyson's going to pick the living tar out of Jake Paul tonight. Why? Don't know. But here to hear, heard it now. Tyson over Paul. And if it doesn't happen, what the hell? At least that Tyson tried and he made those different choices and he reached down and he's going to do what people have said is impossible. And that's awesome. And age is just a number. I'm going to be 47 2 weeks from today. And 2 weeks from today, I'm going to be in the best shape of my entire life. And that's despite being a legally blind, rheumatoid arthritic smoker with drinks beer and has his plantar removed because of a string of tumors. I can do it. I've learned how to walk again. You can do it too. It doesn't have to be anything. You can choose whatever you want to do. You are capable of creating anything in life as long as you make the choices towards going for it. And shucking aside the blame, shucking aside the guilt, shucking aside the judgment, shucking aside the jealousy, shucking aside the envy, and creating the beautiful choices, the beautiful life, the expansion, accepting the energy from the universe, because the energy of the universe is all that there is. There's nothing more. That spark of creation is in each one of us. When you can look yourself in the mirror and say, yes, I am God. I am creating, have created, and will continue to create. My reality is a reflection of my thoughts, beliefs, behaviors, and actions. And everything that I've done up until now has been a building block to strike forth, to grab it by the balls and move forward, to expand your mind, to expand your beliefs. And I don't care who you are. You can find what makes you happy and go for it. You can choose happiness. You don't have to choose other people. You can choose yourself each and every day. You can be the change that you want to embrace and embody those positive emotions. And it's so liberating to say it. It's so liberating to just know that I am going to create a greatness that's beyond belief for so many people, because they're so stuck. Oh, how are my bills going to get paid? The universe will provide. It's written in the volume of the sacred law. It's been practiced for years, from Hermetic principles right up through till today. And whether you call it the Holy Spirit, whether you call it Chi, whether you call it the Force, doesn't matter. It's all the same shit. It's a quantum energy field. It's everything, everywhere, all at once. And you can create that change. And you can be that change. And it's not about manipulating other people for their energy. It's about realizing that each person is as individualized as you. Nobody's superior to you. No one's inferior to you. It's not about identity politics. It's not about blaming other people for not doing what you wanted them to do. It's about doing it yourself, about choosing yourself. It's about choosing your beliefs. It's about choosing your emotions. It's about choosing how you respond to each interaction that you have with other people, and realizing that the happiness that you deserve is inside of you. And you can go for that happiness. You can decide what it is that you want. You can decide what it is that's going to keep you going each and every day. And you don't have to worry about being the biggest cog in a wheel that society dictates that you should want. You can go for what you actually truly want. And once you do, you're going to create resources. You're going to create the possibilities, and you're going to love everyone that set you up in this here and now to move forward, to reach and create your own greatness. And I love it. And like I say, guys, I'm going to keep harping on this, and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to double down over these next 8 weeks, running up to 2025. And you're going to see an even better, more physically fit version of Cam. You're going to see a more mentally astute version of Cam. You're going to see a more compelling version of Cam. And it's all starting today, here and now, at this point. These last 8 weeks of being a turning point in my life. And you've seen the physical transformation, you've seen the mental transformation, and you've seen what is possible. And more is possible. And I'm going to continue to do more because you guys deserve to see more. Some people haven't taken notice yet. Some people still think of me as a charlatan. They don't realize that I'm doing this for the benefit of humanity, not the benefit of myself. And the only way that I can benefit humanity is to inspire other people to embrace that change and become that change themselves. And I love it. And I'm on fire today. And I'm so grateful for each one of you that's here with me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm not Aaron Dowdy. I'm not Matt Schaefer. I'm not Victor Odo. I'm none of them. I'm me. I'm an everyday, regular, normal guy. White, black, Asian, woman, male, cat, transgendered, doesn't matter. What matters is how you respond in your life and how you take responsibility for each choice that you've made. And you can't blame anybody else for it because without your thoughts, it could not exist. So remember, buck up because it's going to be a bumpy ride these next 8 weeks. And you're going to see a bigger, better, more amazing version of Cam than you've ever seen before in your life. Mark my words, it's coming. I'm coming for each one of you. And I'm not trying to monetize anything. I'm just trying to inspire you. You can do it. I believe in each and every one of you listening to this right now. And I'm going to continue to push, not through manipulation, but just being the change that I want to embody. And by being the change that I want to embody, more and more people will be inspired to embody that change themselves. So have an awesome day. It's Friday. I'm fired up. Going away for the weekend. Get to go to a funeral on Saturday morning. Get to celebrate my wife's 55th birthday with her Saturday afternoon. Get to walk 20 kilometers Sunday morning after I catch the bus back from Stratford. Get to walk back to Mitchell. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. And hey, Monday when you see me, I will have walked another by 5 miles with my Nordic poles, weighted vest. I'm going to have slugged through my exercise routine, and I'm going to have doubled down on my exercise routine because I know I'm capable of more. I know what I can do. I'm like Mickey right now, talking to myself with those positive vibes, not worried about the negative self-talk, eating my Brussels sprouts, remaining mindful of everything that I've accomplished in this life, realizing that each situation that I've ever had has brought me to the here and now, and there's no more negative self-talk. There's no more giving away my power. It's choosing me. It's choosing my choices and embracing the change that I want to create in this world. Being the butterfly effect, creating a tsunami, creating a new timeline, loving life, and being the power in me. So that's Coffee with Cam for today. Hope you enjoyed the fired up version of me and looking forward to these next 8 weeks running up to Christmas, New Year's, and then come 2025, hit the ground running like nothing you can imagine. So, like I say, the past is prologue. The future isn't ours. The future isn't guaranteed to us. What's available is the present moment, perfect present moment, and you can create anything going forward because I believe in you. The universe believes in you, and whatever you call that universe is beautiful. It's perfect. And the way that I perceive things is no superior or inferior to anybody else. I'm no better than the person living in the penthouse in New York City or the beach mansion in Malibu. I'm no better than the person living in a grass hut in Tuktoyaktuk. We are each here on this earth to live our own best life, to learn new ways of being, to learn how to create, to learn how our choices reflect reality, and we can create anything. We know how to create anything. It's inside of us. It's encoded in our DNA, and we can aspire to be anything. So aspire. Don't stay mundane. Accept self-responsibility and be the change that you want to embrace. Have an awesome day, guys. This has been Coffee with Cam. And like I say, greatness starts with the first sip.